Alright, good morning everyone and welcome to the channel. So we are down here at Henderson Performance with the C4. Today is the day we start the trip of taking it back. But you're like, why is the car in the sky? What's wrong with it? So there's a couple little things we need to do. We need to test one of the injectors. I think it's clogged and we're gonna get it unclogged, and then he's gonna put it on the dyno. But while he's working on this other truck on the dyno over here, because he's not gonna be able to put mine on the dyno much later, I'm gonna go ahead and run up the discount tire and put brand new tires on the car. So got two of the wheels off. Gotta take out the other two. Then I'm hopping Corey's truck, and then we're gonna get new 275s Indy Firehawk 500, the same ones that's on the C6. Or at least they were on the C6, but they're still on the front. Great street and track tire for my uses. But yeah, let's keep going. Alright, so we're here at Discount Tire with all four tires in the back of the truck. About to get them all installed here. They have a 2.5 to 3 hour wait. You can see people just pulling in to get their cars checked and all that type of stuff. But hey, we got plenty of stuff to still do on the C4 today, so it's no big deal waiting 2.5 hours. So they're gonna unload the tires, and then I'm gonna get back over to Corey's. Okay, so we're down here with Corey. Huh? Right now we're adjusting the lifters, the rocker arms on the car, to make sure that everything's correct. We do have some water in the oil. Apparently they left the head bolt out when they ran the car a long time ago, and so no one changed the oil when they put the head bolt back in. So we're going to change the oil here in a second and then put it on the dyno. So here's some evidence of what water in the oil looks like. I've seen this before with this same car. So right now I'm cleaning the heads out, and I mean the valve covers off. They're bumping the engine to adjust the rockers. Just going to see this process.
I'm glad you're not scaring the hell out of people. Paper holder, that's all I'm doing.
But yeah, kind of like all hands on deck to try to get it back up and running. There's a couple interior pieces on the inside that need to be worked on, like there's little fasteners that I gotta find, but there's nothing serious. They're like the least of my worries, as long as we get all the wires outside of the way. But yeah, I'm confident that we will get the car here on the dyno here pretty soon, and then we'll go from there. So let's see if we can catch them glimpsing adjusting the rocker arms. I've only done it before. Best way to do it is with the engine out of the car, and you first put the cam in, so you can put it at top dead center, and you can actually see where the pistons are, and you can turn the crank a lot easier instead of bumping the engine. But he's a professional at this, and I really hate doing it this way. But yeah, the car's not in as bad shape as I thought. A lot of little things I need to do, especially cosmetic. You know, we can go over that a lot later. They're just adjusting the rocker arms, trying to catch a good thing of doing it, but just wasting battery life seeing them mess around. But I'm gonna have to change the oil here in a second, which shouldn't take that long. That was O'Reilly's. They actually brought oil over, so that makes things a lot simpler instead of me getting in the truck and having to go do it. Alright, so we got the coils, the rocker arms adjusted, everything's been hooked up, changed the oil out. It was definitely a soupy, oily mess. Got part of the carpet installed here on the other side. I got to figure something out. That's just cosmetic stuff. I'll figure it out later. But put about 7 quarts of oil in there. And the next step is to, I guess, fire it up, and he's gonna start doing his thing. I'm gonna go ahead and close some of these things like the hatches and stuff like that, because they don't need to be open, plus they're just draining the battery. But I think he's getting things going. But yeah, you see this, I gotta definitely clean that up. I'm gonna get my waters out of his way too. But yeah, let's keep on going. We're almost there. So let's see what the computer says when he hooks everything up. Well, it's definitely running, so let's see how things go from there. He's probably just gonna put like a safe tune in there, a baseline tune, because I still gotta break the engine in and drive it around quite a bit. Plus, I need to change the oil about 2 or 3 times to try to get as much as that water to oil mix out of the system. But yeah, let him do his thing. You don't want to bother the tuner when he's in the driver's seat, you know, because he's trying to concentrate. You don't want to ask him a bunch of questions and buzz around him like a bee or a fly. So I'll step back and just let him do his thing, and he'll let me know what's what. Alright everyone, as you can see, the C4 Corvette is not in the bay, which means Corey is out on a test drive. We have some issues with the passenger side. All the cylinder banks, so 2 through 8, 2, 4, 6, and 8, were all showing lean. And I mean, not lean, they were really rich. Sorry about that, looking at that C6 go by. So they were really rich, and they were just dumping fuel into it. I'm sorry I couldn't record all that. They did a lot of diagnosis. They took the injectors off. They reflow tested them. They checked the O-rings. They put different clips on there. They did a lot of different little things, and seems to be running around fine. We had to put some more transmission fluid, pretty much all transmission fluid in there, because I didn't realize they took the transmission out and put another one in there. So that's kind of where we're at right now. He's out on the test drive. He did a little quick test drive, and he said everything feels great. So he's going on a much longer one right now to make sure that I might survive the trip to Fort Hood. Hoping to catch him when he comes in. But my class starts in another 6 minutes. We had a quick little break, so see if I can try to capture it before I got to pay attention again. All right, everyone, we are picking up back where we left off with this is probably 3 weeks later than where we left off, maybe 2 weeks on the last video. We couldn't get that part for the master cylinder that attaches to the brake booster to fix the brake issue. So he eventually got the part, got it installed, had it for like a week and a half or 2 weeks, and drove it around, and the car essentially is ready to go. Meaning, you know, it's a little rough around the edges. There's some stuff I need to do, but I mean, it's roadworthy. So I'm down here. I rode my motorcycle because my C6 has got a transmission issue. So it looks like that's gonna cost me about $1,000 to $1,200 to do the transmission issue with the C6 Corvette. But yeah, anyway, that's another story in another video that I'm working on. But anyway, so I took my motorcycle, rode it down from Dallas to Killeen, stayed in Killeen overnight in a hotel, and then I caught an Uber from Killeen down here to New Braunfels here at Corey's. Uber costs $158 damn dollars, and I still haven't tipped the guy, so I'll tip him here in a little bit. But with that being said, yeah, so nothing left now but just to drive the car back. But once I get to Killeen, I'm gonna have to change the oil, then I'll drive it back to Dallas after I change the oil. But this is a whole logistics nightmare. People say it's a dumb plan. Plan is come down on a motorcycle from Dallas to Killeen, to here in an Uber, take this car back up to Killeen, leave the car in Killeen, then take the motorcycle back up to Dallas, riding it, then take an Uber from Dallas to Killeen, and then get the car. Yes, it's all expensive. Yes, there could have been a better way. Maybe I could have asked friends. I'm not the type of person who asks for help. I like to just do the stuff on my own. Cars are really rough around the edges, but we're gonna get it wrapped at some point after we get the mechanicals right where I want them. But Yeah, so let's start the first maiden voyage of getting it back. Need to get 500 miles on it so we can break the engine in. Probably when I come back here for the tune, I have to pay him for what I owe him left, especially for the brake booster that he paid for, about 170 bucks, and then whatever's left on my tab, which is probably about another 600 bucks. But we'll see if I got to pay that 600 bucks because the paint's not right. But we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. But anyway, let me unpack my bag and get things going. All right, everyone, here we go. Starting it for the first time. I hope it starts because the battery just showed is low. I think the radar detector was sucking it dry or the battery's old, maybe a combination of both. But here we go. Oh no, come on. There we go. I don't know if you can hear it, but took 2 tries. Cool. So first things off, we're gonna go get some gas, and then we'll start heading up there. Says that service ASR. What if the ASR is still hooked up? Let me go check on that real quick. All right, everyone, so we have made it back to Killeen. You can see the bikes next to the car. We got some high temperatures on oil and coolant. So I'm seeing like 221 on the highway on coolant and 264 on the oil. So we're gonna have to work on some cooling mods, like a dual core radiator and maybe a fanned oil cooler. But other than that, everything else was pretty fine with the car. Tyrone saw me on the way up here and he decided to give me a call, and so I'm gonna take it over his house and leave it there overnight, and at the same time I'm gonna go ahead and change the oil filter per the request of Corey, and then top it off with whatever fuel, whatever oil that it lost from the oil filter. But then I'll come back tomorrow, or maybe tomorrow I'll top it off with the oil filter with oil. But that's it in a nutshell. So yeah, let's just keep this ball rolling. Once I get the car over there to him, hop on the bike, go back to Dallas, and continue this logistics journey. All right, so we got the C5 back a few days ago on Sunday. It's Wednesday now. And I've already started ordering parts for it. Money I don't have, but I started ordering parts already to ensure that the car is just set up basically to run without any issues. So I don't know if you remembered, I said in my last video or my last segment that 220 to 230 degrees coolant temperature on the highway, 265. Sometimes I think maybe I saw 270 once. Oil temperatures on the highway. So I've already ordered a dual core radiator from Engineered Cooling Products. Same radiator that I actually have on my C4 Corvette. So I know it's going to perform great, and it's priced right. It's only priced at $226. Instead of paying $700 or $600 for a DeWitzer or Be Cool or something like that. So I know it's going to perform right. So that's already ordered. And I've also ordered a Durrell radiator. A cooler, oil cooler. And it's going to be huge. 26 rows. And it's going to have a fan on it. And the reason I got the hood open is because I'm going to put it right here. So I've already removed the air pump because it's not even being used. I've already took the air pump out. It's held on by like 2 or 3 screws or something like that. 2 or 3 bolts, a couple plugs, and this other air ball right here. I think I can move this because it's just nothing but one vacuum line attached to this. I can move this and mount it over there next to the expansion tank, and there'll be plenty of room for me to put that there. So I'm gonna move this somewhere and just extend this line and move it and run it across or something like that. So I'm gonna cut a square about a 1 square foot, 12 inches by 12 inch square foot out here at the bottom, and mount the fan so that it's pulling in air from the bottom. And then don't know where it's gonna vent out to. Don't know if I should cut a hole here and vent it through the wheel well, or just let the car figure it out. I don't know. But Right now I'm gonna mount the oil cooler there, so I ordered the cooling lines as well and the radiator. So all that's coming in from Ohio, and I ordered that through Summit. So it should be relatively easy process mounting this. Just cutting a hole. Gotta make sure I have a good enough saw to cut the hole, if I can fit my damn saw in there. But I'm cutting holes in the bumper, and then mount it with some couple or 4 bolts, and then run the lines. It'd be pretty easy. The hardest part is just cutting the hole. So yeah, when those parts come in, that'll be the next segment. Oh, also, I went ahead and ordered new seats. So I didn't go all out and order some Braunfels seats like I did on my C6, because I'm not trying to go all out on this car. I've already spent enough, and I'm trying to save up for bigger and better things in the next 2 to 3 years. But as you can see, this seat moves. Imagine stepping on the gas if you don't have the seat all the way back and you move backwards at the same time. As you can see, part of it is held in by zip ties. This was installed prior to me being better and mechanically inclined and better about safety. So this seat right here on the passenger side, it's pretty much in still good condition, but it's a fixed seat. But the thing is, when you buy seats, they come in pairs. So I found some seats on Amazon, pretty similar design. However, they're a little bit more, they got a little bit more designs on them. They got the same layout, you know, the same bolstering on the sides, and then down in the hip thigh area. It's just a little bit different cosmetically. So let's see how they look and how they work out. They only cost like 320 bucks, but we'll talk about those when we get to installing them. I didn't order any seat brackets yet, because I'm hoping if I can reuse these like I did for this one. But hey, we will figure it out when they come in. So most of these parts are probably all going to come at the same time, but my primary focus is the cooling situation. So get the oil cooler and the the radiator installed. Those are my big focuses, and then the seats would be next. So another tip point is, I've already reached out to my friend Mike, family friend Mike, to see, you know, how much it would cost to actually paint this car a whole different color. Thought about wrapping, but I don't know if you can wrap it with such bad paint. So that's a quick update on the car. So stay tuned for the next video. A lot of stuff's going to be going on with this car for the next few videos. There's also some stuff going on with the C6. As you can see, it's not here, but that'll be in another video on what happened with it. And yeah, if you haven't been to the channel before, please like, please subscribe, and thank you for watching.